What I'm doing here is just trying to give this a little bit of personality so it's a little less white. Okay, so that's good. Now I want to give it a background stamp. So there's a couple I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the script, and on the script I'm going to put basically the same more mustard onto our script background stamp. To put some of this, which is our champagne mist, it's a shimmer paint, into a bottle of alcohol, and I've done that already, and I'm going to spritz the stamp with that. I'm just pulling it away. And then I'm going to stamp the tag. So let's see, a really beautiful shimmer, by the way. So now I'm going to come in with my bigger colors. So I'm going to take my Northern Hearts stamp set that I got for free, and I'm going to take two of those stamps, the double birds and the reef, and put them on one D block. Then I'm going to ink the bottom of that with green, and I'm going to ink up the top of it with cherry cobbler. So then I'm going to stamp my tag with those two stamps inked, and I'll pick that up. So basically I've got that going on. Punch out a heart or not, but I'm just taking a cherry cobbler marker and making it darker. My reef is not going all the way up to my birds, so I'm actually going to take the find point of my marker and bring that line all the way up to the heart. So I've got some dazzling diamonds here, and I'm going to use my two-way glue pen to just get a few areas of this reef. Okay. You could call it a done deal. So this is basically tag 1. Now when I get done with all of these, I'm going to punch holes to hang them on the gift. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I'm going to sponge this one with green. On the bottom here. And I'm going to sponge the top with cherry cobbler. You see I use two different sizes of the sponge. Right. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Reversing it, cherry cobbler on the bottom. And the green on the top. Okay. Then I'm going to take a background stamp. I'm going to take this notes, and I'm going to stamp the notes with the creamy caramel. And again, I'm going to spritz it and stamp it. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Spritz it and stamp it. Okay, so we get this music situation here. And then I'm going to take my dasher. With chocolate chip, and ink him up. Okay, I'm going to ink him good so that I see ink all over his body. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp that off to the bottom right. And I'm actually going to go ahead and clear emboss him to make him even darker. I've heat set it in Dasher's Dark. Now I'm going to take the last little bit of this little triangle and I'm just going to sponge directly around Dasher, which will give me a Dasher shadow. And I'm sponging with the chocolate chip there. Okay? And then the very last thing I'm going to do to this stamp is put the sentiment on there. So we're going to use the stamp set Holiday Best. And I'm just going to stamp this up at the top. I got a little bird up there. Stamp that up at the top. And one more thing you could do is put the to from on the back. So I'm going to do that with the same stamp we used in the before. And you might not have been here. So this is the stamp from the tags for Christmas, tags till Christmas. And I'm just going to stamp right towards the bottom the to from. So I have the to from on one side and I've got the deer and the bird on the other side. And I think I'm just going to sponge the edges with a little bit of, just to finish it off. And I can do that on both sides. And you could use any color you want. I'm using really tiny pearls. And I'm just going to put them, just a couple of them on this area here. So sometimes I like to use small gems, and in this case these are tags. So I would use tiny gems to accentuate flourishes. So you see there. I'll do one more. This is Dasher, it isn't Rudolph. I don't need to, but if you wanted to, you could put a tiny red pearl on his nose and he would instantly be converted to Rudolph. Okay, so that's another one. I don't know what you guys think of Cajun Craze, but I love it. So I'm going to go crazy with Cajun Craze this time, because I feel like I need a tree. And what background did I want for my tree? I decided to go with Cajun Craze. So, right. Now I'm going to spritz like I've been spritzing all along, this time not on the stamp but directly on this. You see it? So I'm going to go heat set it. Your Lovely of a Tree stamp set has a lovely pine tree in it. I want this pine tree very dark, so I'm actually stamping it in black. They're short and sweet. That's the name of the stamp set. So I'm just going to do very merry right at the top. Okay? Wonderful. I've came out with this really cool color this year called Gold. And it mixes beautifully with russet red. So all you people who don't believe in non-Stampin' Up! Products, forgive me, but I'm actually going to move on without your approval. So I'm going to take a little bit of the adhesive that comes with the Flower Soft product. So then I'm going to take this russet and gold, totally non-traditional tree, right? There's no green in this tree whatsoever. Now what's really cool is I'm doing a tag here, not a card, right? Are you worried about this Flower Soft? Don't be. It dries hard, and so it ain't going nowhere, even though this is a tag. Get everywhere where I have put glue. Okay, and then tap it off. Look at that. Is that not awesome? Excuse me, contraband haters. I'm loving this. So I'm going to finish off these 3 tags with a new product. And the new product is this tinsel ribbon that I love. So I'm going to take my crocodile. I'm going to use the largest hole, and I'm going to punch a hole at the top, hopefully towards the middle of all 3 tags. Just love the tinsel for tags. Alright, I can actually just put it in and twist. Always just let yourself play when you're doing things like this.